hello, 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 and good day. I I'm gonna say it's Thursday simply because San Francisco is playing Houston right now. And we are going to be talking about some absolutely mind-blowing stuff. If you are casually watching this video, you're gonna want to tune in. If you're watching this in replay in the background, like our dear friend Joe Down Under is, yeah, you're going to want to pay attention, Joe, because this video, buddy, is almost exactly what you're asking for. We are going to be talking about something a little unconventional. Since it is Thursday, it's DCD Talks. Speaking of talks, we got Trevor in the house. He is in the chat. And literally in the house, we are going to be bringing on the DCD of DCD Collects. What is going on, Steven? How you doing, buddy? If Maddie is there, hello to you too. I gotta throw in the earpiece, the only way I can hear him. But we are going to break down some of the pieces of the upcoming unconventional 2022 break, and you are definitely going to want to pay attention. You're definitely going to want to see these things. We're picking out between 4 and 6 really amazing products. What's going on, Don? How are you doing, bud? And honestly, I'm going to jump into it. Maddie is technically here, but she's okay. Got it. All right. So, yeah, with no further ado, I'm gonna bring on Doug, and we're gonna dive into something that we worked on today that's gonna be amazing. What is up, Mr. Dryer? How you doing?
I am great, my friend. How are you doing, sir?
I am outstanding. I am extremely excited to share some of what we did today. The question is, are you excited?
I'm excited. When we were at the San Diego convention, we worked hard to put together a really fun product. And we sat there for a few hours today, stood there working these boxes and really could not believe how much we had acquired and how amazing some of this stuff was. In fact, it was like, boy, do I want to let that go? Or, are we okay putting it in the box? And I know there were some hard decisions we made, but so many amazing so many amazing items in these boxes. Blown away. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, what's up, Hellbolt? I love you, man. Trevor, and I know you are in the wings, man. How do you feel about it? I'm excited, and I think you're going to see that when I start showing you things. But T Money, throw in the chat how you feel. And what's going on, Don? Let me ask you this, Doug.
Yes, sir.
When we started with the idea of doing an exclusive con product, did you have any idea it was going to be as packed as what we're about to unleash upon the masses?
No, I thought, we had an idea of a product in our head that was something a little more traditional to what we did. We'd try to pick up 5 or 6 good items, one really great item, and then work with artists to fill that box. But as the show kept going and we built some great connections with people, we found such amazing items. People were coming to us like, oh man, this would be so good. Take it, buy it, do these things. And we just kept making this stack, and it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger to where essentially every box in this run has a bonus hit in it. Every box has a hit, and it's incredible. There's so much good stuff in here that what I love is every box in here is a memory from Comic-Con, whether it be this one or the last one or related to Comic-Con, but everything in here is related to something we have done, who we've worked with, and so on. It's exciting. And plus, we talked to the artist today, we finalized that. Every box is going to have original art. in addition to all these other items. So I see people are like, show the goodies. How many boxes are we doing in this set, DC, in this run, DC?
Well, it is 2022, so I think it's only fitting that we limit it to 22 boxes.
Okay, 22 boxes, and these are as they're part of our epic mystery box series, which means they are stacked. They have AAA, they have art, they have autographs, and they have artifacts inside. But this one I think is worth calling our truly epic mystery box, because this one is so overwhelmingly good. It is elite, it is our platinum, it is our, whatever you want to call it, it is our big box. But boy, it is stacked full of everything, and it is, as they said, they're unconventional. So why don't we pick an item and just start talking about it? Pick something fun and let's do it.
Steve, is saying, how about 2022 boxes?
Okay, well, the labor on that, the shipping on that, maybe if all right, Steve, we knew there was going to be one, and now we know who that one is. Yep. All right.
Well, the first thing I'm going to start with is something that everybody has seen before that I'd hinted was going to be in there, but here's going to be the confirmation. So,
yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Dun, dun, dun. One of these days we're going to get people up to our office. We'll do a retreat. We'll have everybody up here to Santa Barbara. We'll have a lot of fun. We will put you to work. We will take naps while you guys do all the hard stuff, and then we'll go get drinks. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome, because right now I'm the one that they take the naps, so it'd be nice to be the one taking the nap for once. So by all means,
we are older. I mean, that is sort of something we need to do. Okay, so that is the whiteout cover. Yeah. It's essentially the white cover equivalent of the Beatles album for the whiteout GI. No, okay, flip it around. There you go. Spawn. I think there are 1,500 of those, and we had Image Comics right across from our booth, and we built a good relationship with them. But we got in line, we waited in line, and we got these exclusives signed. So this is the gold variant cover reprint of the first Spawn comic, and it is signed by Todd McFarlane. These are as desirable as you can imagine, and I know DC and Trevor would agree. We were at our booth, and then there was no line, and then all of a sudden there was a massive line. So these were only sold at Comic-Con. They sold out at Comic-Con, and he was signing right there. So this is about as epic a beginning as you can get into our unconventional San Diego Comic-Con box. So it's and plus, in addition, you can then go to one of any amazing artists and get Spawn or whomever you like on there drawn on the cover. If you remember at Comic-Con DC, a woman that we knew got one, and she then had two of our artists do a sketch cover for that.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. As a matter of fact, it was it's funny that you mention that, because the two artists that worked on that cover, one of them was Bing Fuchsius, our boy Bing. Yes. And the other one was the Kaiser, Brian Kaiser Tillman.
Follow that Kaiser. And you're right. Why is that an amazing coincidence, DC?
So we are going to announce that every single box is going to be a kaiju battle with one art card from Brian the Kaiser Tillman and a second one by Bing. Yes. So somebody is not only taking this comic book home, which by itself is selling for about $150 if you go look at there's only 1,500 made. You were only allowed to get two per person, and one of them came pre-signed. The other one was just blank. Yeah. So not all of them were signed. No. Not only is somebody going to walk away with this, they're also getting an original piece of art from Bing and an original piece of art from Kaiser.
Exactly. So
Guaranteed.
we're going to have this kaiju battle, and kaiju, of course, you know, the most famous would be Godzilla, Mothra, King Kong, those giant monsters that, you know, rampage through the city. And the reason we went with those two artists is at our booth, Kaiser and Bing were there. They were our sort of featured artists for the event. And when we talked about this concept, they both were like, their eyes lit up. And kaiju, I think everybody loves to draw monsters and Godzilla and destruction and battle scenes. So they were both ecstatic. We finalized today. Each box will have 2 sketch cards of kaiju battling each other. And in addition, each box will have more great Comic-Con goodies. But that Todd McFarlane cover is really special because we had sort of gone planning to try to get Todd McFarlane autographs.
Yeah.
And we had our own books we brought. So we weren't expecting to be able to get these, but we did. And we said, you know what, this one of these has to go in our box, because who doesn't want a Todd McFarlane signed Spawn cover that they can then get a sketch on? Good. If you can get a McFarlane sketch on it, hey, good luck to you. But I know if I remember seeing the Kaiser Bing cover, and it was incredible, just incredible.
And I mean, I'm going to take a moment. I am going to gloat. I jumped in line because I wanted a set for myself. And once word got out about them, it was like, hold on, somebody needs to stand next to you in line too.
Yeah.
So I will definitely, I am going to take some of the credit for picking up the comics.
Absolutely. And you know, it's one of those things where Comic-Con is one of those places where you have to work as a team.
Yeah.
And we all took turns standing in various lines. We all had each other's backs going through this, but definitely DC getting the initiative on this, figuring it out. We didn't even know they were doing this. And so once we were able to take advantage of that, we really did get some great stuff.
So I am going to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, Card Killer has just joined the chat.
Woo.
Artist extraordinaire. Wait a second. We have a Card Killer card here.
We do. Right behind you. Yeah. I saw that earlier today. And really some amazing stuff coming out of Card Killer lately. So I know I have a piece of his in my collection, and I know we really want to try to work on something with Card Killer for our future projects. Some of the stuff he's done lately has been incredible, unbelievable. So we want to keep working with incredible artists and just keep showing these things off, man. Wow, yeah.
What's going on, Tangle? That Eddie Matthews.
That was special to me because I'm a Santa Barbara guy, and Eddie Matthews grew up here in Santa Barbara. In fact, the Santa Barbara High School field is the Eddie Matthews field.
Yeah, and in addition, I am still the proud owner of the Konami code in original piece that he had done a while back too. So
yeah.
Shout out to Card Killer. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, and that Darth Mantle that Trevor referenced in chat, that was unbelievable. So we got to keep in touch, Card Killer, because we really want to work with you on some projects, man. We love your work. We'd love to work with you.
Absolutely. Speaking of lovely work, let's grab one of the next items that we will have in the upcoming.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so, I mean, we spent a few hours today just breaking down boxes and numbering them, you know, creating, okay, this will be box number 1, this will be box number 2, and making sure they were all Comic-Con related and had a story that we could tell each and every time. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, we get to sit around and go over original art and prints and look at some really great stuff. So as much as this is work, it really is a heck of a lot of fun for us to do this. All right, DC, what do you got, brother?
So this one we have to give full credit to our dear friend T Money.
T Money. Okay, what do we got? Boom. Okay, so that is a Rob Liefeld signed poster of obviously Wolverine and Deadpool. Trevor and I had a chance to go connect with Rob. I talked to Rob about Rams football, since that is something we both share. And Trevor had a great chance to talk to Rob about art and everything. And so this came out of that. And I mean, you can't get much better than the Deadpool creator right there. And of course, you got Cable. That's just an incredible piece. He's hyper popular at Comic Cons, created one of the most popular characters. You see, I think, more Deadpool cosplay than just about any other single character at Comic Con.
Absolutely, and this is big. This is a big boy. This is not small. I can't even fit the whole thing on the screen. Like, I can hear. This is to give you an idea. That's a big boy.
It is a big boy. I think that's a full 11 by 17, or maybe even a 12 by 18. It's hefty. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's signed. We were there. We got our pictures taken with him. I was going to pick up some signed books for a friend of mine, and we had a good chance to connect with Rob, and that came out of it. So that is, again, T Money. Trevor was there, made it happen. Big props to Trevor for that.
And again, this is going to be randomly inserted in addition to 2 art cards by the Kaiser and Sketch Cool.
Yeah. No, it's Kaiser and
I'm sorry, and Tillman. I was going to lead
into
a
Sketch Cool thing coming later. We'll talk about that.
Speaking of Sketch Cool, we got a surprise featuring him a little later, and that's what I had on my mind. I just got a text from him. So yeah, there's that. Now, I'm going to preface the next piece and see if Doug wants to show it. He could kibosh this one, but we got to stay in a very special space at Comic-Con.
I know where you're going with this.
I'm
okay with it.
You good? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'll preface this, as DC said, by pointing out this is not something we acquired at Comic-Con, but it is related to where we were located at Comic-Con. So prior to years past, when we'd been working with Lee Cozy, we had been out in the 4400 booth, closer to Artist Alley. This year, because of our connection through Lee to this artist, this legend of an artist, we moved to a new location. And we were at 1505. We were in the former location of Neil Adams. And of course, Neil Adams is the iconic artist, legendary artist who just recently passed away. And so this is a signed Neil Adams print. It's a beautiful Superman, gorgeous piece, gorgeous signature. And we were in the location. We had the booth, right, that location of Neil Adams. And so that's why this is in there. We wanted to get this legendary artist who every time I walked by him when he was there, he loved talking to children. He loved sharing his joy of comics with children. I ran into him once in an elevator in Anaheim, and no one else knew who he was, but I said, "Hey man, I know who you are. Thank you." He's like, "Oh, thank you very much." This really came out of a relationship, right? So Lee Cozy knew Neil Adams and his whole family very well. In fact, at our booth, we had Neil Adams' former drawing table. He drew all the Batman on this table. So that was at our booth. So we had a strong Neil Adams connection there. And that's why we felt this piece was appropriate to being in there, because it was part of where we were in that convention. I love that piece. Neil Adams is, I'm not even joking or hyperbole when I say he is a legend in the comic book industry.
And again, it's a big piece. It's a big boy.
Big piece. And he's got some great history. He fought for artists to get, keep pages and get paid fairly. He was very much beloved by a lot of people in that world.
So it's not just prints.
No,
There are
it is
comic
not.
books as well.
There are some great prints, but of course, we were at the Comic Con, so we would hope there would be some comic books. And there are a bunch of assorted. Why don't you pick one out and show us, man?
Sure.
This was one where we just got really lucky. And people were coming to us and like, hey, this would be great. Your comic, we love what you're doing. We love your attitude. We love your ethics and transparency. And mostly we love your energy. We love how you guys are doing a lot of things. So we built some great relationships and people were coming to us. And we were able to acquire some things we wouldn't have even thought we could do. All right, DC, show me, what do you got there? Oh, so this was a favorite artist of mine. So this is Philip Tan. And Philip Tan is a great artist. This is his Black Cat. That's a full comic, is that correct?
It is. It's a Virgin variant.
Virgin variant, so those tend to be rare, signed by Philip Tan. You'll see there's some other Philip stuff in there. I've only met and worked with Philip at Comic-Con in San Diego. I bought a piece from him. I commissioned a piece from him, 10 or 12 years ago, a black and white piece that he forgot. And to his credit, when we talked, he remembered and he sent it to me and he fully colored it as an apology, and it is one of my favorite Thor pieces. In fact, DC, remind me to grab that next time we're here because it's here at my office. I've had it on my wall for ages. Philip Tan is an incredibly popular artist. He's huge all over the world. In fact, I believe there's also some of his sketchbooks in here, particularly of the international variant, that are very rare and very desirable for him. But I'm a big Black Cat fan for a lot of reasons. I'm excited to see she's going to be in one of the future Sony films. I think it's with Madame Web, but she'll be in there. But he signed this for me at the show, and it's going to be a great addition to the comic book, to the Comic-Con, the unconventional box.
And speaking of unconventional, Kaiser.
Boom.
What's going on, Brian? How
Kaiser.
you doing, man?
Follow the Kaiju has entered the building. Yes. So Brian Kaiser, tell me, we're so glad you're here. We were talking earlier about how you're going to be one of our featured artists in this box because, man, we love working with you. You are there at Comic-Con with us, and man, we're just thrilled. I was talking a little bit about how when I mentioned this project to you and your eyes lit up, that how excited you were to be doing Kaiju. I didn't have to explain that concept to you at all. So we're pumped and got to pick out all the Kaiju you can imagine, whether it be, Mecha Godzilla, King Kong, Mecha King Kong, Mothra, all of them. There's so many great ones, but we're glad you're there. We're talking about Philip Tan right now. There's some great stuff in here from Philip, really desirable, really popular artist.
And speaking of Kaiju, we do have some Kaiju-themed hits
We do.
involve
Yes.
more than one piece per box.
Yes.
Let's take a look at those.
We had thought, at Comic-Con, we sat there, we talked about what this could be themed. We talked about the artists we had with us, what would be something they would really be able to do together. And Kaiju came up. So we then shared that idea with them. They were ecstatic, but we also were able to pick up some really fun, colorful, different Kaiju material. And so I know DC went to grab something. There's a few different ones, so I don't quite know what he's going to come back with. But okay, I do know now. This is from Mondo. Mondo, of course, is a company that makes incredible pop culture material. Originally, they were famous for their posters. They would take big artists, big movies, and make their own versions of them. And so these Mondo posters became very popular. Further on, Mondo started making their own figures. They started making albums, and this is an album they did. I believe that is the Mecha Godzilla. Uh, so I know there's a title on there. It's kind of faint hidden, but it is a Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. See, I was pretty close. That is two dose. That is a numbered poster, numbered album. I believe on the back it has a number on it somewhere. Yep. That is number. I can't see that very clearly. 305.
305.
And Mondo, in addition to making gorgeous album covers, their albums tend to be hyper colorful. They have swirls of different colors going through them. And so these albums are really popular. I have a bunch of my own. I have the Superman film soundtrack. I've got all the Marvel stuff. I've got the Endgame series. I've got the Infinity Wars series. I like playing albums. I don't know if I'm an audiophile or anything, but I do enjoy playing albums. My kids, it took them a while. They're like, "What is that? How that's an actual thing?" But once they heard the sound, it was pretty magical. Those are great. Mondo makes incredible stuff. They were bought maybe last year, really. They were bought by Funko. So now this year they were way down in the Funko area. It was very organized. But you had to win access to get in to buy stuff, and you were limited on it was all hyper limited. If you were later in the day, you missed your chance. And so those are really a lot of fun. Now, the other thing you're holding right there is one of my favorite artists. That's a guy named Jeff Pina. And Jeff Pina does these great images. He did this incredible Godzilla. And I just had to do it. And I thought it fit really well with the Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. It's fun. We wanted you to have a Mondo, and we wanted to have original art. We really wanted every box in here to have something signed, something artistic, or something that you can only get there. So I love this. This is a kaiju theme box for a kaiju run. So, and remember, you're not only going to get the album and this artwork, you're going to be getting a sketch card from both Bing Fuchsius and Follow the Kaiser. So this one would have 3 original pieces of art. And that's what we're all about, working with artists. We're here to get art into your hands and have fun doing it. We really enjoy finding new artists. I met Jeff Pina about a year ago down in Anaheim. Loved his work. We have a specific break. Yeah, there you go. There's this Galactus. We're going to try to work on another break with him. I have like complete teams. He did a Fantastic Four set. We're going to put in something. We have a lot of good stuff. So Jeff is great. I picked up some other stuff from him a few nights ago, some Stargate stuff I was jonesing for. So, that's a great box. You're getting plenty of original art and a Mondo exclusive. And Mondo is extremely desirable for their albums, and their posters are very, very popular, particularly on the aftermarket. I know some people in our chat, we've had conversations about Mondo. So love it. I used to have some original Mondo art. I had William Stout's King Kong poster. I probably would not be able to put that in this box. It was a little pricey, but it's good stuff. It's good art, and it's trendy, cool, fun. If you get a chance, buy the Mondo books of their artwork. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was familiar with Mondo to a degree. I knew it existed. I didn't know exactly the breadth of what it was, and I got my education at the con. And then once I realized and saw the breadth of what they did, I realized, oh my God, I've seen so many Mondo things in the past that I didn't even realize that were Mondo items. And to actually go in and one of the things that I was looking at when we did this was, value. Number one, we want to give amazing value to the people that spend their hard-earned money with us. And wow, the value of Mondo posters, albums, prints, artwork is astronomical, and I am shocked. Had I known then what I know now, I probably would have tried to stand in line with you and won a pass to pick
Yeah.
up some things for myself, because my goodness, they are highly sought after,
Oh man,
highly
and gorgeous.
collectible.
We went through the posters we had that I acquired, and we'll be holding some for some other boxes,
Yeah.
but they're just gorgeous. They're so well done. I mean, there's a Mobius Silver Surfer in there. There's Dune, Space Amoeba, is in there, and the colors are so different. There was a kaiju poster, and that was so stunning. I actually had to keep it. That was one of the items.
Yeah.
Like, boy, can we put it in there? And it's like, oh no, we can't. I want it so bad. It's a kind of a Japanese paper style piece, all in the language. It's gorgeous, but it was so hard. I couldn't do it. My son was with me, and I think that's one that's going to be going in our house. So
Yeah,
good stuff.
we did try to nudge Doug on a couple of things. He did
Yeah.
concede some really amazing pieces that you're gonna see. But for as much as we push him, we have to also allow the man to keep his own prizes, because he's the one that's waiting in
Yeah.
line, or sending poor sweet Daniel to wait in line.
Yeah, and
for
Kevin
it.
just said, Mondo stuff sells out seconds after it goes live on the website, and it is so popular. And they used to be so hard to get even at San Diego Comic-Con because the lines would be so crazy. So they went to this timed system, and I was lucky. I was able to get in at 9:30 one day and pick up some great stuff. And I also got lucky because the guy next to me was only there to buy one thing, and he ended up buying the other stuff for me so we could get it into our boxes. So thank you out there to Jason. I know you're probably not out there watching, but thank you for allowing us to get some extra Mondo stuff.
What's going on, Brent? How you doing, bud?
Brent, hello, everybody out there. What's next, my man?
I don't want to give away too much more.
No, we got to tease it because we have the artists. We just got the artists with us. They now know what they're going to be doing. So we gotta spread this out over a few weeks to make it happen. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I actually want to talk tentatively, how many weeks before you think we would have this put together and float around the idea that people should be looking out for this, because it's going to sell out. It's going to...
Well, this is our truly epic mystery box. It is fully stacked, double art in each one. So it's certainly on the... it's one of our epic size boxes. I'm hoping to have it listed on the website in the next few weeks, and then it'll probably be able to be broken a week or so after that. No promises, of course, but this is a project that takes time. We have these incredible artists. We want them to do it the right way. They are so excited for the project. This is, I think, something that is their wheelhouse. When I first ran into Bing, actually, he had some great kaiju pieces behind him, some large sizes. So that's what really drew me to his work, that style. And then I've known, like I said, Kaiser 15 plus years, and I've seen him do some incredible work. And I know he is so much more than those color pops that he does. I know we've talked G.I. Joe, which is another project we've been acquiring stuff for. But I cannot wait to see the work he's doing. And I'm hoping, because I know Brian loves inking, that all of these are going to be fully inked and colored things, because that is all he wants. He loves to know. He loves to ink. In fact, he's ink guy. He's the ink guy. Oh no, you don't hate inking. But and that's sort of the downside of building a project, is that it takes time, because we want original art. That's our favorite part of building these boxes. is the original art. And unlike prints and autographs, art takes time, and we want our artists to do things that they're comfortable with and they're excited to do, so they put in their very best effort. And I know with Bing and Kaiser, we've never had that issue.
Sure.
So yeah, he said, I love inking. Yeah, perfect.
love. I
so
see that.
there you go. It's perfect. In fact, Brian, if you want, we can double your side. No, we'll find another project for you that's just we're gonna call it I Hate Inking, and it's just gonna be all high-end painted pieces. Or,
That's it.
You know, oil painted,
yep.
Because you hate inking.
Yeah.
So.
And they're all going to be 2-inch by 2-inch keepsake sized.
Exactly.
But we want full characters.
We will make it happen.
Hello,
hey,
Mel.
How are you today? Good to see you again. We had so much fun at that event last week. Those pictures turned out amazing. And I think DC, in Mel's honor, we're going to have one of the kaiju just be a giant butterfly. Yeah. Because if you know, Mel was attacked by a butterfly
viciously
at that event. Viciously.
Yeah.
It dared go within 3 feet of her. And so it was a strong reaction. I actually didn't know anyone could jump that high off the ground. So good job, Mel. It was a 14-foot roof and you hit it. So good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was like a whole arm through the rim. If this was basketball, just hanging by the elbow. That's how high. Hello, Jimmy. How are you, buddy?
Hello,
Jimmy had
James.
his first day of first grade today. Going to interject some personal notes into this as well.
Yeah, I remember my first grade. It was the longest 3 years of my life. So I do like football, but there's been a lot of various football news today affecting both DC's team and my team. So, but we're trying to keep this positive moving forward with our unconventional Comic-Con boxes here. So let's have some good stuff. What else you thinking, DC?
I mean, honestly, I would love to show that poster, but I feel like that would be tipping too much. So what do you think besides that amazing poster?
We've got some cozy stuff in here. We had some cozy items that we acquired there, from his boxes into our boxes. Some great pieces. So let's do that. Let's show the cozy, because we do love our Lee cozy items. He is talented, and these were within each each one of his boxes had comics and cards, and so we all acquired one, and we put these in here, and they are wonderful. If I recall correctly, one is a Tom Holland, but I'm going to let DC show those. Yeah, so we've got a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and we have a Tom Holland Spider-Man. And to me, those colors, those sort of sepia toned pieces are just stunning. They really show a lot of emotion, and while they don't look hyper colored, the depth and the detail on those, if you go in really close, you can see he really puts an insane amount of detail in that. So those are together. That is one additional that those two combined are one extra box. So or one box, the bonus is in a box. So they are just beautiful work. Yeah, the pencils, the shading, and I love them. Those were great pieces, but we thought they'd be wonderful to share with you guys. We got them at Comic-Con. They were built for Comic-Con, and now they're in our box because we could not do something of this magnitude without having Lee in there. Lee is our OG original guard artist in our group. And so we couldn't do anything without having Lee. If you notice up close that detail, it's almost, it's that hatch mark lines he's been doing, the Bernie Wrightson style. They're beautiful. They're really cool, and we're gonna have them in our box because we want one of you to have them. I'm a Gal Gadot fan. That Lee drawing Gal Gadot is special to me because he did an incredible Wonder Woman, and my dad bought it. And it's these sort of, it's like pencils on pinkish paper, and it was in my dad's office framed for a few years. And so now what we're planning on doing with that piece is auctioning it off, talking to our people, and every single dollar from that piece is going to go to cancer research, because both Lee and I have had family members taken away from us because of cancer. So that piece will be going up for auction at some point soon, and it is a Wonder Woman by Lee Cosi. So I have a soft spot in my heart. Now, the whole sticker on the back is another story. That's where Lee and his family got a little overzealous with the glue gun and the stickers, and went on full overwhelming safety security measures on that.
Yeah, I had to tap into my Hulk strength to open those, and I opened quite a few of them for him there. So once you figure out how to do it and get your elbow grease in there, they're a little bit easier.
Yeah. So let's pick out one more item or something. What are you thinking? What'd be a fun one, man? Let's make it happen.
How's about? How about the figures?
Do it. So that's a really cool grouping of figures. So yeah, while DC goes to get that, we've got a group here of figures that were Comic-Con exclusives, acquired at Comic-Con, Cryptozoic, Entertainment Earth, and all these fit together. I have a kind of a good relationship with the Cryptozoic group. I've been working with them a long time. I have good collections of their Cryptkins. And those were something my son really got into collecting, the original small ones. And so when they went into their larger exclusives, we picked up a lot of them. And this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. We'll talk about that soon. Go to the Cryptkins first, DC. Go to the Cryptkins, because this is also very fitting for a kaiju box. This is Mothman, the Luna Mothman. It is a glow-in-the-dark figure, and it is one of only 300. You can only get it at their booth. You had to pre-order it. They sold out very, very quickly. And these are very popular. You can get their non-exclusives in a lot of places, but their exclusives go very quickly. They have a healthy aftermarket, and they tend to do something that is related to where they are. So I know their Emerald City Comic-Con, they had a like Sasquatch version, or Bigfoot. It was the Bigfoot, but it was the Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive. So they tend to really focus on something local or something relevant to where they are. But these are very popular, very desirable. Cryptozoic. I'm a big fan. They've been wonderful people to work with. This is a really fun one. So this is from Entertainment Earth, and it's one of what they call their exclusive limited editions. I was able to get this at Comic-Con. They put out a lot of exclusives for a lot of different entities, and then at Comic-Con you can sort of get them all at once. But what I love about this, and DC showing it, the detail on these, to go into the newspaper itself and have Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, is amazing. I like J. Jonah Jameson. He is such a great character, and I thought it was so fitting that they only found really one person could play him in the Spider-Man movies. He was so good in those films, and so I was thrilled to see him back. And this is a piece I have one of these for myself, because I really want to get one signed. I love this character, and I love J. Jonah Jameson from the first Spider-Man film to the most recent Spider-Man film. It couldn't get any better than that. But that newspaper is the highlight for me. The last item here is really cool. So this is the Entertainment Earth that exclusive that they share with Target. They made this for Target, and it is the Chewbacca Prototype Edition. And they had multiple, I think there were 4 different versions you could get with different colors in different places. But I love this character. If you remember, it goes back to when they had prototypes of the original figures, and this is how they were made to kind of show imperfections within the color. So that's just great. That could be your Rainbow Chewy, your Pride Chewy, your Bubblegum, whatever you want. But it's such a great exclusive, and I got that in San Diego. So someone is going to get all 3 of these exclusives together, and you know, it's foiled, it's beautiful, and it's a great conversation piece, right? I mean, it's so cool, and it really is retro in terms of how far back it goes to the prototypes. You can for big money find the original prototypes that are like this, and this is sort of their calling back to the great prototypes back then. But that's just a really fun group. 3 different things. You've got Kaiju, you've got J. Jonah Jameson, and you've got Chewbacca. I mean, they don't fit together other than they were all acquired at Comic-Con. They're all exclusives, and they all just bring a smile to your face, right?
Absolutely. And the foil board, this is very impressive in person. It's weird to say that about a toy, but just handling this, it's just eye catching. It's eye popping. Yeah. It's a bit of a stunner piece. I dig it.
Yeah, it iconic, if you will.
Yeah, that's right.
But those are great. I mean, those are things you could get at Comic-Con, and I know a few of those were only available at Comic-Con. And Comic-Con, even beyond the cost to acquire these items, which generally they sell out so quickly, but is the amount of time you have to wait in line and the amount of effort you have to put into acquiring them. And working Comic-Con, it is really a testament to planning and teamwork and luck. You know, you sometimes are in the right place at the right time, or you find something that's really cool, or you prep for it. Like, I knew I had to go get to Cryptozoic and pre-order that and get in line and wait. And then someone had gone to Entertainment Earth and they came back with those items. Like, you know what? I love them. So I made my way over there right when it opened. And even then there were already people in line, but I was able to get this stuff early on one of the mornings. It is so much time and effort to put into here, but it's exhilarating. I mean, I'm now 49 years old and I have to stretch when I go home from Comic-Con, and I have to stretch in the morning to make my day work. But it's like playing in a football game or being on a basketball court where you're walking 9 miles a day, 10 miles a day. And much like Cream, no one really knows how far you walk all day. You know, we bust our ass to get those things done, but it's fun, but it is mentally and physically exhausting. And so there's a real cost beyond the item itself. There's a cost of time and mental health, and you know, plus you got to factor in your hotels and your other costs. So these items are really exclusive. They're hard to get, and you put your heart and soul into getting these kinds of things.
Yeah, it's the breadth of what is going into this product is staggering.
Yeah. What is your favorite? What's your favorite item, DC, that you can show me? That you can show me.
The favorite one that I can show you is one that I think we're going to talk about on another day. It's the set of 4 comic books.
Yes. And I know that's something I really want you guys to talk about, because you guys made that connection. But what else you got?
I mean, I love this Chewbacca. I'm not gonna lie. That Chewbacca is phenomenal.
So I do a lot of work. I support the Comic Con or the comic artist charity there, and there is a piece in one of there's a group that's kind of all original pieces of art.
Yeah.
And show the Moon Knight in there, the Mark Spector.
Oh,
Because
well, I don't think there's any Moon Knight fans in our chat.
No, I don't think so either. But if nobody wants it, I'll just take it back. But I show that Moon Knight to me. I know you're in another room.
I'll show you.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm not going to walk it over to you because I'm lazy. I'll just show it to you on camera.
Yeah, no, just show me on camera
Okay.
because it's we don't want to interrupt what Trevor's doing. Hey, Trevor, how you doing down there? So, I've been going to Comic Cons for, 30 plus years. And one of my favorite things to do is buy original art, meet the comics. In fact, that's sort of how we all ended up where we are now, is relationships that I built through the years. And one of the things you can often do is support. Yeah, so that's Moon Knight in a Snowstorm. One of my favorite pieces. I drew that, actually. That is a piece, and there is one of the comic artist charities does artwork to support their causes and support education of artists. And so you can go to their booth and they'll have various artists there. This is one I picked up. I'm a big Moon Knight fan. I really like the use of the black in here to show the darkness. It's not quite Tillman black levels, but it is. I'm a Moon Knight guy, always have been. This is part of a group of items. I think there's 3 pieces of original art. 2 are supporting the charity. 1 is a name artist that we're putting in there. That is somewhat similar in terms of art character to the Moon Knight, but to me, this is something you can go and pick up and meet artists, and you're meeting people who are just starting out. And is it a Alex Ross? No, but you never know. Maybe in 10 years it will be. So Tillman, if you want to re-ink this, we'll make a copy of it, and you can ink it over, because I know that is your real joy. So thank you very much. But yeah, I love that piece. I love original art. That's why I'm here. That's how I met all these wonderful people. And I'm a big Moon Knight fan. And so that piece, I loved the use of black on that to really give the depth to the cape. And one time I'll show one of my boom artists Moon Knight piece that has, I think, one of the best uses of negative space I've ever seen on a page. One night, DC, we'll just sit here and go through original art collections and have fun. But that piece, well, it's not, $1,000 piece, but boy, it is an unknown artist doing a cool character, but you're really helping support a good cause. We picked up a couple pieces to help artists, because that's really what we're here to do, is work with artists and lift artists up and raise artists. That's what we love doing, man.
You keep threatening us with this good time of just reviewing art, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're ready for your jelly.
No, we don't have that kind of time. I think Twitch has streaming time limits, but no, I would love to. I love going through my art, man. I just sit there and beyond having amazing art, I can, I remember how and where I got it and what I was thinking, and I loved, I bought it because I loved this part of it. I love the depth of it. I love the negative space. I love that color. It's just fun for me. And that's why we're all here, we're collectors. And there's a reason we collect things. And to me, that's equally as powerful a reason as money and time or whatever, is the how and the why. I love that. So I know exactly where I got that Moon Knight right there. It's for a good cause, and now we get to share it with other people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to tip any more of our hand, because there are still.
That's it for tonight, right? For this product. Yeah.
There's a few more big boys in there. There is a Mondo poster that if you follow our Instagram, you may have seen it buried under some stuff on purpose.
Maybe, yeah.
And there are a couple there's a set of comic books from an up and coming creator who we will spend an entire show probably talking about maybe next Thursday. In addition to shows, while you're here, we have a special guest coming Saturday.
Yes.
Who's coming to hang?
Well, we have one of our artists will be in California, and they decided to come in. Hey, how's it going? And so on Saturday night, we have Sketch School in-house, and he's going to be up here. He's going to be hanging out with you and spending some time up here in the studio. And I'm excited to see how all that goes, man. It's one of the things we're really hoping to do through all of this is really expand our connection with artists. We want to work on having time now where we have Tillman and Kevin on our streams and talk to these artists, because that's what it's about. The collecting and the connecting part of it. I know I've spent time with Tillman just chatting away, and I forget I've got other things to do. And I feel like Tillman and his family are all friends of mine. And the more we can expand it, the more we can have artists on stream. Let's do sketch battles and work through a piece or something, that kind of stuff. But Sketch School, he's here, and we're gonna take advantage of that. So I'll let you fill in anything beyond that, DC.
Yeah, he's gonna. We're probably gonna have a bit of an abbreviated show on Saturday, so a heads up for everybody who is watching. Saturday might be a little bit shorter, since I do have to get him to and from L.A. I don't want to take up a massive amount of his time. So we'll be starting at the normal time at 6 o'clock. We'll probably only be going till maybe 7, 8 o'clock at the absolute latest. Because we can't take up all of that man's time. His wonderful wife is going to be here as well. She might pop in and say hi, and we're going to talk a little bit about art, about focus, inspiration. We do have a few of his boxes left. I think eight of his boxes, 7 of his boxes. So he may.
Imagine opening the box with the artist there and having him tell you his thought processes and why that character was chosen. And I don't want to toot our own horn, but where else are you getting those kinds of opportunities to have artists in chat and artists in house when you open up their box? And that's really something we think that makes us unique, is that we're not hiring artists and then just doing the project. We are collaborating. We want them to be as involved as possible. And we've really been fortunate to have these guys who we try to hire artists who want to do that, who are looking for that too, because that's great to have that kind of connection and interactivity. It's really a lot of fun. That's going to be a great night. So thank you, Sketch School. Thank you, DC, for putting in the work on that. And, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback off of that. What I like to say separates us from everybody else is exactly that. These are all collaborations. The artist is involved every step of the way, and we're asking the artist to do things that they want to do. And you get the best work out of artists when they're doing something they enjoy. You could be like, make me a bicycle clown. Yeah, they're going to make you a bicycle, but it's not going to be the best bicycle they could possibly make you. But if you're like, hey, what do you enjoy drawing? Hey, what do you think of kaiju? Oh, wait. You want me to do kaiju? Yeah, I'll do kaiju.
See their eyes light up.
Yeah, and that's why we are getting these amazing pieces from these artists, because they get to do what they want to do. And Sketch School, we'll have the conversation on Saturday, and I'll even ask him flat out, what was it like working with us? And I'll let you hear it directly from him. Yeah. And he's not. Don't pull any punches because I'm sitting next to you. But we want to give honest accounts of what we're doing. We're trying to do this different than anybody else and in a way that nobody else can do it. And I think the products speak for themselves, and I personally am beyond amazed at what we're about to drop in about a month. It is well far beyond anything we have done. It is, I mean, it is part gallery break. It is part versus break. It is, I mean, there is a little bit of everything that we have done style wise in this, and it's going to be bonkers. It's going to be
Yeah.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
It is going to sell out fast. This is probably the most aggressive, is that the term we want to use? Thing that we've ever done?
Aggressive. You know, you could say it's the most grand piece we've done. I mean, truly epic mystery box. It
It's
is,
massive.
you know, I thought our Behold the Bounty Hunters epic mystery box was really stacked. This one is beyond that. It is so much
Yeah.
higher. And that's a very high bar to reach, right? I mean, because that Bounty Hunters box was stacked.
Yeah.
Every box had something worthwhile in it. This one is really above and beyond. It's a labor of love. We had, you know, this great opportunity to build something, and people loved our energy and our company so much they wanted to be a part of it. So I know when you talk next time or in the future about that comic book series we have, you know, and there's some other great items in there that are signed, and those were because we built great relationships and we had really fascinating concepts that people enjoyed, and they loved our energy and they loved our transparency, and how we told everybody, you know, here's the book, and these are what's left, and here's how we randomize them, and we do this, and they're sold in this in this order, so there's no funny business going on. And we heard from someone earlier this week that was just tired of some other places because of the funny business, and we don't ever want to do that. We're so happy to sleep at night peacefully doing things the right way for the right reasons for the right people.
100% accurate. And that's about it. Without tipping our hand on anything else, I think we're gonna pump the brakes on showing off the entire thing.
We'll do part 2, part 3 sometime in the future. But we've also got other projects next time that we can be hyping too. We've got some really cool things happening. I know this last weekend I worked very hard to get some incredible original art from a pretty amazing comic book. In fact, a record-setting comic book that we can get into at one point. But you know, hey, the more you know, right? You know, knowledge is power, and you know, we got it all, right? So we'll have fun.
Absolutely. With that said, do you have anything else for us?
You know, I just want to say I really have enjoyed these Thursday nights because they're just us, right? They're us talking about the things we love. We get to talk about the hobbies and share the things we really enjoy. It's nice to not have a night where we're having products that we're breaking, unless it's like the pack war concepts, and it's really about the fun of the hobby. And to me, what I love about this product, and yeah, it's a product and we're going to be selling it, I'm sure you're going to hear a lot about it, but building this product has been so much fun because it was our first real foray as an entire company into Comic-Con. We were all together for the first time, and the experience has just made this memorable. And now we've got these incredible 22 boxes to show for it. And like I said at the beginning, we thought this would be much closer to one of our standard gallery breaks, maybe, where we had 25 boxes and you know, every other box had a hit or something. This turned into, holy crap, we sat there today going, wow, that's every box is going to have something extra in it. And beyond that, we just had so much fun doing it, in the memories and really the discussions about which poster to put in and what about this and should these go together, can they be. That's the real love of all that. And so we do this because we love it. We love each other. We love you guys. You know, we're trying to build something that is unique. We're trying to talk about the whole part of collecting. It's not so much about the value. as much as about the how and the why and the who. And so you guys have given us a chance to do all that. We're very thankful. And, you know, we just ask that you help us try to grow and tell your friends. And if you got people who are interested in collecting, have us join us. A Thursday night DCD Talks is a great way to just bring people to us, because we're doing what we are. We are collectors. We love what we do, and we hope that just transfers over to you guys. So, you know, help us help you, and know that we love what we do, and we love that we get to do it for you.
Yeah, we do have a plan in place for some upcoming giveaways and some
we do.
mechanisms.
Yes.
Some of those bank on us hitting affiliate, because that allows us to have the points that we can
Yeah.
accumulate, that you'll be able to trigger certain giveaways or even get something yourself.
Exactly.
So the plea is we are, I believe, 11 follows. 10?
I think we're short 10 follows on Twitch.
10 more follows on Twitch, and we can start integrating our mechanisms for giveaways.
Yeah.
Everybody that's already following, thank you.
Thank you.
If you have alts, I know half of you do. I have an alt. Have the alts follow. Tell your friends, hey, listen, do me a favor, follow these guys. Because once we hit that 10, I've already started downloading, and I've already started getting things together for a mechanism for us to be able to give things away. Unfortunately, none of them can trigger without us having affiliate.
Yeah.
So we definitely need 10 more follows, and I don't want to sound like that guy from the videos.
Like
But
and subscribe.
yeah, right. Honestly,
Don't
after
forget
that,
to hit subscribe. We've all seen it.
yeah, after this 10, truthfully, we're not really, we don't care about beyond that. Once we hit 50, we can start using the mechanisms that are available to the affiliates, and that's when we really start ramping up the giveaways.
And you know, we had a talk today about what we're going to call things and how those mechanisms are going to be.
Yes.
We've got some great plans, and I know I see Kevin there talk about October. We have a great plan for Kevin in October that I think really fits into what he loves to do.
It's so good, it's scary.
So good, it's scary.
That should be the name of the box.
It's going to be candy. It's candy bars. It's everything. It's candy corn. And you know, I'm going to tell you real quick because it just made me laugh. Today we were all in the car driving up here, and we have some of the most outlandish conversations about products. Like, what if we did this? And you know, this person throughout the years, and
Sure,
it's just those are the things I love about this is DC and Trevor and I have such a great mindset and such a similarity of thought that we want to start putting out some really random stuff, and that was a lot of fun earlier today, but we'll get there, you know. And so DC, what do you got, man? What do you want to say, brother?
And that's it. If you guys want to know, what the idea was, it's actually we realized we easily get cease and desisted. But I promise you, if you guys can find us 10 more follows, I will reveal the idea that we had and how ridiculous it is, and it'll give you a good inside look at kind of how our silly little broken brains work. But it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And funny. Very funny.
We were laughing I was trying not to swerve off the road, but you know, we did okay. We're here.
And honestly, that's it, Doug. I know you have a very busy schedule. I thank you for taking an hour and 20 minutes out of your day to be live, in addition
this is my favorite part. You know, I love being able to talk about what I love, right? And that's, you know, I know we're going to be doing more of this. These Thursday night talks, we have other plans to just have further discussions and other people coming in and talking about other subjects related to collecting and or connecting. They're all sort of intertwined. So we'll get there and have a good time.
I just wish we could have got Trevor here. I think Trevor could have added some really great stories. It's too bad he is away. So, you know, Trevor, we're wishing you were here, bud.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time in setting this up and putting these things together too. But I will cut you loose. I will.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Kevin says the passion we have is infectious and inspiring, and that's what we're trying to
That's
do. We want to
that's what
inspire.
we're trying to do. You know, share what we love with who we love and what we love together. So let's do it, man.
One big love fest.
All right,
All right.
sir.
Thank you, buddy. I will talk to you in a little bit.
Sounds good. Have a good one. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
So yeah, as you can see, wow, my white balance is off. I look purple. As you can see, we are absolutely throwing together some mind-blowing stuff. We are insanely excited about it. But this is going to be one of the most ambitious things that we have put together. Every single box is getting at least one additional item. Every single box, in addition to the 2 original pieces of art, there is going to be all but 2 will have additional either autographs or original art. And if they don't, they're going to have multiple pieces. For instance, the Kripkins and the Pop and the Chewbacca are all in one, in addition to the 2 art cards. There is a Mondo poster in here. If you know anything about Mondo posters, these are the full-sized Mondo posters. It's a full-sized one. These are between $125 and $250, depending on which ones. One of those is in there. It is not signed, but it is hand numbered because it is a limited edition Mondo poster. So even that one item that isn't signed, it's still hand numbered to show its exclusivity. But this is going to be an absolute banger. There's only 22 boxes. I believe it's the smallest thing we've done. And we are going to put it for sale while we're putting the finishing touches on there to kind of pre-sell it out, so that we can open as much as possible the day that we have it ready to launch. So when you see it, I know our good friend Joe out in Australia has already sent me an email. He's like, hey man, you need to let me know as soon as these things are coming out, because we know he's in. And he knows that if we're going to a con and we're putting something together, he's already signed up for it. So again, Joe, another shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate you sending me emails and having me on in the background. But this one is going to move quick. It's massive. I didn't even show you the big stuff. Like it's massive. One of the items, there's like 10 pieces in one of the boxes. I'm not even going to get into it. But that's it. That's actually all I'm here to talk about. Tomorrow I will be live. We have some new items that are going to be on the website for Bees Bowl. We have I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to make you wait till we upload it. It may be uploaded now. I'd have to ask Trevor and or Doug. If not, it'll be uploaded tomorrow. But we did have a new product that we followed. Thank you. Mythos and Meadow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And that helps us out. We appreciate it. It is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am going to show this before I go. This will be the last thing I'll show you. This is not just the right hand of doom. This is one that is signed by Hellboy himself, Ron Perlman. Lee was so kind to lug this with him to to the con, and have Ron sign it, and then actually put Hellboy on it. I do have some additional plans for this when a little bit down the road, nothing soon. But a little bit down the road, there will be some original art painted directly on here, in addition to having Mr. Perlman's autograph and inscription. So this is a personal piece. This is a PC piece that will be mixing autographs with art. But good eye, that is the newest addition to my background. Oh goodness, you want to? All right, yeah. Oh goodness, I don't even want to touch this without gloves. So for people who are in the know, this is what we call it was a Chad special, you would say. Yes. He managed to find this. For those who know, this is a Grail piece. This is the first ever appearance of Hellboy. This was a con exclusive. And a gentleman by the name of Chad had the foresight to grab one or two and hang on to them in absolutely crispy condition. And then I would say somebody cut from the same cloth as Chad had the wherewithal to have Mr. Perlman sign it and inscribe it Hellboy as well. If you look for these, good luck finding them in any reasonable condition. These are massive. And this is definitely like I'm uncomfortable holding it, considering that it has been signed. So, there you go, authentic, legit. Not many of these in the world. On top of that, not a ton of them signed. And look, 1993. So think about what this thing has seen. Those are the type of things that you can expect when hanging around with Doug and looking at his collection. So I will let that be the cherry on top. I'm going to let you go. We're going to be here again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. We're going to open up some cards. We're going to open up some art boxes, original art. And we're going to prep the scene for Sketch School, who's going to join us on Saturday and talk shop there. So, as always, I want to let you know, I love each and every one of you. And I can speak for the other gentlemen. We love each and every one of you. There's a lot of places you could go on a Thursday to hang out, and you choose to hang out with us, and we appreciate that. You share the same passion we do about collecting, and we appreciate it, and we acknowledge it. So thank you. Please be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. That way we can do it again tomorrow at the exact same time. Thank you so much. Take care and